have a hot take for you. If you are someone who is able to access enough food.
So on Stitch's video twice. This one is about, although that she's technically right by using the word privilege, that it is a triggering word. The problem is I don't have a solution for the replacement of that word. So let's go over the definition of what privilege is according to the Oxford Dictionary. People might say that's just racist right there, but I'm using the English dictionary. But there's a reason behind it. All right, so privilege. A special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a particular person or group. Something regarded as a special honor. A right to say or write something without the risk of incurring punishment or legal action or defamation. The right of a lawyer or official to refuse or divulge confidential information, or the historical definition of a grant to an individual, corporation, or special rights, immunities, especially in the form of a franchise monopoly. And then the problem is that there's not really a good similar word. Sorry, I have dyspraxia. It's hard for me to form some words occasionally. So, advantage, right, benefit, prerogative, entitlement, honor, pleasure, immunity, exemption, dispensation. So there's not really the people who hear this word, when they hear the word privilege, they're thinking of something that is a privilege. It's a right. It's not a right. That it's honor. That's something that's makes you better. Well, a lot of these people, especially when you're talking about obesity, don't feel that it's a privilege. And it's also a multifactorial problem. So yeah, you're right. People that are obese have the right, the special right, the advantage, the benefit, the privilege of having access to that extra food. Now, that being said, generally you're right because you've done other other videos after this. Raw calories matter. They do. They absolutely do. That's a scientific fact. Thermodynamics. I get that. But in order for our system to process those calories, we have to have nutrient-dense foods, which are foods are fractions less nutrient-dense than they were 50 years ago. Because of corporate farming, because of bad soil management, because of monocropping, because there's a whole list of reasons why that is. I can go do a whole video on that. So we have a mishmash hybrid system between capitalism and socialism that is mismanaged because of politics, when it should be run like a bureaucracy. And so, food stamp program, once you're on it, you get tons of money. But the problem is trying to get into that system to get access to it. And then when you're on that, it's hard to get back out. And there's people that don't have access to that. But at the same time, it is based off a national income level. The person making, say, $50K in Kansas City versus someone making $50K in California are not the same thing. And there has been minor adjustments to some programs for that, like WIC and stuff like that. And size of household. But again, since we're a mishmash, it's just mismanaged, and I can go down a whole list of reasons why that is. Food culture in our society, and the further inland you go, the less variety of food you have. I have the privilege of living in California, but the thing is, because it's California, things are way expensive. So and then, oh, by the way, my kids have a seafood allergy, so I can't have seafood in here. So I got, well, correction, shellfish. So I can't have shellfish in here. So, but luckily, we do occasionally have some salmon. If I had the time where maybe I could go fish out the banks of the Sacramento River and get fish out of the river, but then I'd have to make sure it's cooked to all hell because that river is just so dirty. Because we don't manage the homeless population, because most of them are mentally ill, because we don't have mental hospitals anymore, because they were mismanaged and treated more like a prison, and we go down that hole. So, again, people are not. Again, I said I don't have a word to replace privilege, and you're technically right, but it's triggering, and I don't know what to do about it. So, if anyone has any ideas, throw them out there. Throw them out there. I don't know what to replace it with, because although she's technically right, I don't like it. Because I don't feel like I'm successful. I've fought with weight my whole life, and I have glandular problems. I'm also got autism and ADHD. My food was my stim for the longest time, and yeah. So yeah, does anyone have any ideas for a better word